Hey, Warriors fans. Today we're diving deep into one of the biggest ongoing stories surrounding Golden State this season. We've all been tracking Jonathan Kuminga's situation for months, and honestly, it has felt like years in the making. There's been so much speculation, so many updates, and constant chatter about what his future might hold with the team. But now, we're finally starting to get some concrete information that sheds real light on the matter. The trade market for Kuminga has been heating up behind the scenes, and insiders are starting to confirm what many of us have been suspecting all along. Fans have been worried about his value, especially considering how inconsistent he's been on the court this season. Statistically, it's not been an impressive year. Kuminga is averaging 12 points per game, 6 rebounds, and just over 2.5 assists. These numbers show a dip compared to what many had hoped he would deliver. It makes sense in the broader context, because there has been so much uncertainty surrounding his role and future with the Warriors. Questions about where he fits in the rotation, what the coaching staff expect from him, and how he can contribute to this team all lingered, and it seems that uncertainty has taken a toll. But the disappointment isn't just in the numbers. Even when he's been given opportunities to shine, he hasn't been able to make the kind of impact fans hoped for. His efficiency has dropped, and he hasn't consistently shown the scoring, shooting, or finishing ability that would make him a cornerstone player. True shooting percentage is down, three-point shots aren't falling as expected, and he's struggled to finish effectively at the rim. To make matters worse, turnovers have crept up, placing him in the top 10% of the league in that category, which is certainly not where you want to be as a developing player. Overall, it's been a tough season for Kuminga, both statistically and in terms of his development trajectory. Despite the setbacks, the trade market hasn't cooled off. Other teams are still showing interest, willing to take a risk on him, which says a lot about how the league views his potential. Reports from top insiders have confirmed that the Warriors are planning to discuss trades for Kuminga as soon as he becomes eligible on January 15th. His $22.5 million contract makes him a flexible piece in potential trade scenarios, even if he hasn't lived up to expectations this season. Essentially, the indications are that once he's eligible, he's likely on the move. It's the kind of situation that fans love to speculate on but dread in reality, because while his future may lie elsewhere, he's still a part of the team's plans this season, and it's hard not to feel the weight of what's happening. Just a few weeks ago, there were talks about possible trade destinations like the Pelicans, who might have been interested in a deal involving Kuminga and other young players like Herb Jones or TREY Murphy. Indiana was also mentioned as a potential landing spot, with players like Benedict Muron or Obi Toppin possibly involved. There have been rumors about the Sacramento Kings staying engaged in talks as well. In reality, the options are narrowing, and while some names have fallen off the table, others remain intriguing for the Warriors as they consider how to reshape their roster. Malik Monk, for example, seemed like an interesting piece at one point, and a Sacramento first-round pick was once a serious consideration, but now those possibilities appear to have faded. Yet, even as certain options vanish, there are still promising players out there who could fit into Golden State's plans. Maximilian Rayon, for instance, has been linked to the Kings and could bring high upside, averaging over 8 points and 4 rebounds per game this season, while showing the ability to stretch the floor for a center. He may not be a superstar, but his potential to develop alongside the Warriors' core is worth exploring. The team remains competitive in the Western Conference despite injuries, and Steve Kerr has been working tirelessly to figure out rotations that maximize the squad's strengths. Golden State sits right in the middle of the playoff picture, just behind the Phoenix Suns by a game and a half, leaving a window for improvement. Trade moves could be key to that, especially if they had a player who can address the team's needs both offensively and defensively. As for Kuminga himself, opinions around the league are divided. Some front offices still believe he has untapped potential and that his best years are ahead of him. Others feel that if he were truly elite, we would have already seen it by now. That division of opinion explains why the trade market remains active but cautious. The Kings and Suns have been cited as potential suitors, with the Suns offering some big man options who could be an interesting fit for Golden State. Players like Nick Richards, while not floor spacers, bring rebounding and defensive presence. While these scenarios might not be jaw-dropping, They provide solid building blocks for a team that wants to maintain competitiveness while exploring trade possibilities. More enticing are names like Nick Claxton from the Nets. Claxton, under contract through the 2027-28 season, offers a shot-blocking presence, rim protection, and the ability to play in a high-level pick-and-roll offense alongside players like Steph Curry. His development this season has been impressive, showing scoring efficiency and passing ability that could unlock new dynamics for the Warriors. A swap between Kuminga and Claxton could be transformative, giving Golden State a player who can defend the rim and contribute immediately, while Kuminga finds a fresh start elsewhere. Another possibility is Miles Turner, whose skills fit what the Warriors need in a big man. Turner offers floor spacing, shot blocking, and versatility, making him a compelling option if the trade discussions progress in that direction. The big picture is that the trade landscape for Jonathan Kuminga is complex but active. While he hasn't met expectations this season, there are still multiple teams interested, and Golden State is positioned to explore scenarios that could bring valuable pieces back. From high-upside rookies to established big men like Claxton or Turner, the options are there. It's a waiting game until January 15th, when Kuminga officially becomes trade eligible, and at that point, everything could shift. The Warriors have been navigating injuries, rotations, and performance challenges all season, but the potential trades offer a chance to recalibrate the roster and possibly make a run in the Western Conference standings. Fans are watching closely, analyzing each potential move, and wondering how any swap will impact the team's chemistry and future prospects. There's a mix of excitement and anxiety, because while trades can bring improvement, they also come with uncertainty. The balance between potential and risk defines every trade discussion, and in Kuminga's case, it's no different. Teams are weighing his current output against his potential upside, and the Warriors must consider both the immediate impact and long-term ramifications of any deal. Even with the uncertainty, one thing is clear. The next few weeks could reshape Golden State's roster significantly. The trade market is active, the team is competitive, and the decisions made will have lasting implications for the season. While Kuminga's struggles have been apparent on the court, his contract and potential value in trades make him a key piece in reshaping the team. From a fan's perspective, it's a tense period full of possibilities. The Warriors are evaluating options that could bring in defensive anchors, scoring threats, or versatile big men who complement the current core. Whether it's Claxton, Turner, or other players being discussed behind the scenes, the goal remains the same: improve the roster, enhance competitiveness, and give Golden State a shot at making a deep playoff push. The next chapter in this story is just around the corner, and as January 15th approaches, all eyes will be on the team's front office, their strategy, and how the trade market reacts to one of the most intriguing players in the league. Continuing from where we left off, the Golden State Warriors situation with Jonathan Kuminga remains one of the most compelling storylines in the league right now. While his on-court performance this season has been inconsistent and somewhat underwhelming, the trade market surrounding him is anything but stagnant. There are several teams closely monitoring his availability, analyzing how he might fit within their rosters, and trying to assess whether his potential outweighs his current struggles. For Warriors fans, it's a mix of anticipation and concern, because Kuminga has been a part of the team for several seasons. And even though he hasn't fully lived up to the hype, he still represents a piece with considerable upside if handled correctly. The discussions in the league indicate that while some front offices see him as a player whose best years are ahead, others are more skeptical, thinking that his production so far is a reflection of what he is likely to become. This split perception keeps the trade talks active and ensures that Golden State remains a central player in any ongoing negotiations. In terms of trade targets, the conversation has shifted over the past few weeks as the Warriors' front office evaluates their options. Initially, some of the more high-profile names and draft assets seemed like realistic options, but as time has passed, those have begun to drift off the table. The focus has now turned to players who may not be household names yet, but have the potential to contribute significantly. Maximilian Rayon, a young player from the Sacramento Kings, is one example. Although he is still developing, his ability to stretch the floor as a big man, combined with solid rebounding numbers and glimpses of defensive capability, makes him a promising candidate for a team looking to balance youth and upside. While not an immediate game changer, a player like Rayon could fit well within Golden State's system, providing depth and the potential for growth alongside the existing core. The Warriors are always mindful of rotations and fit, especially given the demands of playing in the Western Conference, where every game can have playoff implications. Another layer to the discussion involves Nick Richards from the Phoenix Suns. Richards, although not an elite scorer or floor spacer, offers rebounding and interior defense. In limited minutes this season, he has been effective, showing efficiency in scoring around the rim and contributing defensively with blocks and rebounds. While a trade for Richards might not create headlines, it presents a calculated move that strengthens the front court depth, allowing Steve Kerr more flexibility in rotations. Depth is critical for Golden State, particularly with injuries affecting key players. The team's ability to adapt and integrate new pieces could determine how successful they are in the latter part of the season. Any move that adds a player capable of contributing immediately, even in a limited role, is valuable for maintaining competitiveness in the tight Western Conference standings. The more enticing scenarios, however, involve players like Nick Claxton from the Brooklyn Nets. Claxton represents a more impactful option, offering shot blocking, rim protection, and the ability to serve as a lob target in the Warriors' fast-paced offense. His current averages of 14 points, 8 rebounds, and over 4 assists per game indicate not only scoring and rebounding ability, but also playmaking from the center position. This could unlock new offensive possibilities for Golden State, particularly when paired with Steph Curry, who naturally draws defensive attention and creates opportunities for athletic big men. Claxton's presence could improve the team's defense dramatically, provide a reliable rim protector, and add an exciting element to the offense that the Warriors have not had consistently in recent seasons. A swap involving Kuminga for Claxton would signal a significant shift in the roster, potentially elevating the team's interior defense while offering new offensive options. Miles Turner remains another strong candidate in trade discussions. Although sometimes considered overrated by public opinion, Turner's skill set aligns closely with the Warriors' needs. He offers floor spacing, shot blocking, and defensive versatility, allowing the team to adjust both offensively and defensively. Historically, discussions between Golden State and Indiana have included complex trade concepts, integrating Kuminga, Wiggins, and other assets. Turner's inclusion in any potential trade scenario could provide the Warriors with a reliable, versatile big man capable of complementing the existing core. These scenarios highlight the strategic thinking behind Golden State's trade approach. It's not only about adding talent, but also about ensuring that the player fits within the system, improves rotations, and contributes to both ends of the floor. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. The basketball world is buzzing with a rumor that has swept through front offices and fan forums alike. The Warriors have reportedly reached an agreement with TREY MURPHY III after the Pelicans failed to hold on to one of their most intriguing young talents. Though nothing official has surfaced from either organization, whispers circulating among league insiders suggest the move is all but locked in, igniting a storm of speculation about what this could mean for both franchises. Talk around the league paints a picture of quiet negotiations that gain momentum faster than anyone expected. Murphy, long admired for his length, shooting touch, and poise, had been viewed as a foundational piece in New Orleans. Yet murmurs indicate the Pelicans were unable, or unexpectedly unwilling, to match the aggressive pursuit from Golden State, whose front office appears determined to recalibrate its roster with fresh athleticism and perimeter firepower. If the chatter proves true, the Warriors may have found the ideal bridge between their storied core and the next phase of their identity. Around team facilities, insiders have hinted at a mixture of disbelief and resignation within the Pelicans camp. Some claim the organization underestimated how rapidly Murphy's market value spiked. Others say the player himself was intrigued by the Warriors' reputation for amplifying the skills of versatile wings. No one is speaking publicly, yet the tone behind closed doors suggests surprise at how quickly the situation slipped beyond New Orleans' control. Meanwhile, Golden State loyalists have erupted with anticipation. The idea of Murphy slotting into their fluid offensive system has become the talk of message boards and local radio segments. Observers are already imagining him spotting up in the corners, flying in transition, and absorbing defensive principles that have defined the Warriors' championship DNA. Though this remains in the realm of rumor, the confidence in the reporting has created a sense that the move is more than smoke. If confirmed, it would mark one of the most notable shifts of the offseason, a moment that could reshape expectations for both teams. For now, all anyone can do is wait for the official word, while the hum of speculation grows louder by the hour. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.